You've been granted immortality. You're a minimum wage worker with a useless degree and crippling student debt. What's your immortal life plan? Not pay that debt because I'm gonna outlive that debt. In 150 years, who the hell is gonna even believe I'm still alive? In the short term, get some easy money doing extremely dangerous work. Fukushima cleanup. Explosive ordnance disposal in Iraq. That type of thing. I work hard in a really dangerous and high-pay industry and save up as much as I can. Put it all in global indexes, and in 100 to 200 years I'll accumulate enough interest on it to no more have to work. Then you have to move country every 50 years or so no one gets suspicious as to your immortality. Enjoy life as much as I can, and when I'm living off of interests I'd go into the research sector and become an expert in medicine, cure death, and finally not be the only one to live forever. Edit. Damn, this blew up. To all those commenting that invulnerable doesn't mean invincible. In my understanding it does. As far as I am concerned it means no aging, regeneratable limbs, etc., essentially Wolverine or Deadpool. And to the argument that y'all still be on Earth when the sun swallows it, by then the humankind will have colonized the galaxy. Live in a cave and consume lost explorers. Same as when I was asked 1,200 years ago. Hit people with an axe and take all their stuff. Well, the good news is that with immortality I'll be able to pay down the student debt eventually. After that I'd probably go back to grad school and get a useful postgraduate degree. Stop paying for health insurance. Should be fine after that. Us. 1. Start selling drugs. If I go to jail, doesn't matter. I'm immortal! 2. Wait for stock market to crash. Use drug money to buy as many stocks as possible. 3. Get into the inner circles of the rich and wealthy. 4. Go to one of those big satanic meetings they have. 5. Interrupt, stand tall and declare myself as Michael, the guardian angel, and that I have been sent by God to smite the evil from this land. 6. Assistant films as I pull out a broadsword, bullets thumping into my body. 7. Video spreads to every major media outlet. Millions see a saint smiting the evil leaders of the world from existence. 8. Use my newfound wealth, power, and followers to make a new religion. 9. Religion calls for peace, unity. Many don't like it, but I'm ducking immortal. What are they gonna do? 10. Time passes, everyone forgets there was a time without my protection. The world is fair, there is still crime, but war has ceased, science has flourished, and there is now unlimited room among the stars for us. 11. I pass on the torch to a new leader, and disappear until I have to start the whole process again, 'cause we fucking suck. Post on AskReddit to figure out what to do. Prove the theory about being able to take in nutrients and sustain yourself with sunlight, and as a result create a cult. Move to the mountains. Find a job. Learn to be as self-sufficient as possible. #X200B, enjoy the beauty of nature while living off its bounty. I mean, if you're immortal, that in itself would be a profitable skill. Someone trapped in a burning building that's about to collapse? Hail, run in and get them. A dangerous dictator is threatening war and genocide, and sending a group in to take him out would be a suicide mission? I'm free on Saturday afternoon. You wouldn't be minimum wage for long. And there are a billion dangerous jobs out there that pay a lot of money, like power line maintenance, or certain oil field workers. Am I only ever going to have minimum wage? There are two ways I see this. 1. If I only ever earn min wage, then I would move to the cheapest area to live in a state with the highest minimum wage. As soon as I could afford a cheap laptop I would do that, and that's basically my entertainment. Really, then it's buy cheap food, cook for myself, pay student loans off by the time I'm 50, and then save and invest. 2. If useless degree and min wage is just my starting spot, then I would try and work for a company where there would be the chance for upward mobility. Still buy laptop, Take free online courses in the meantime, pay the min required for my debt and slowly work my way up the corporate ladder where I can be CEO by the time I'm 70, because at that point I will have worked in all areas of the company and know the operations and markets backwards and forwards. It's immortality, like less than 0.0001% of your expanded life will be paying student debt. Even if you default, you'd still have eternity to build your credit back up. Lot of comments but you wouldn't need to eat if you were immortal? Well, guess what, you're right, I guess I wouldn't. See how much money we can save. Also, sorry for quoting you sarcastically. Make long-term investments. If I have to live forever, I want to eventually be wealthy. Rob a bank and disappear completely for 10 years. Just go back to school and get more student debt but study everything I love until I hold loads of degrees in really interesting shit. Art history has always interested me. Go to gallery openings, mingle and network. Eventually everyone knows me and I end up the world's leading expert in rare art. By this time I'm very old and people are kinda suspicious about how I'm still around, like wasn't she young when I was young? She must age really well. People die and leave rare art to me, or I become highly adept at dealing black market art, and spotting the next big thing. I'm a remarkably well-known art critic after all. Amass a great fortune and become an eccentric recluse, everyone thinks I might be a vampire. Go work in a restaurant. Work my way from whatever I started as up to a bartender. Doesn't matter how long that takes, right? Get a couple years bar experience. Save tip money. Bartending makes the most in the restaurant, much more than most people realize. Use saved funds to move into the area of a respectable college. Get a new bartending gig there. College bars tend to be low tip percentage but high volume. Money is still good. Sign up to audit college classes in anything I find interesting. Most universities have no problem with you sitting in on classes for free, you usually just have to ask. Now I can spend however many years I like becoming knowledgeable in things I find interesting. If I want a formal degree, I can pay for it slowly over time. If not, knowledge is knowledge. Extend this till I have a pretty broad set of skills and wisdom. Then move to an entirely different area and practice these skills. I won't be aging, so I will need to plan in drastic moves, possibly to different countries. But with wide-based knowledge, it is not hard to work your way into positions that pay well and interest you. Keep moving every 10 or so years, and never aim to be famous. If I ever get bored, go back to bartending and auditing classes. Bartending makes you meet all kinds of people, and the new classes would give me new skills to try out. Fake my death and start over. Create YouTube channel of me doing things that should kill me but don't. Jumping off buildings, getting rolled over by a tank, that kind of stuff. I'd go on TV shows and make lots of money demonstrating my immortality by being shot at point-blank range for all to witness. Then, once my reputation was established as an immortal, I'd write a best-selling novel entitled, Forever is a Long Time. Make bare minimum payments on the debt until the company holding the debt disappears for all time. Slowly begin positioning myself to be a global leader to unite the species and send us to space before turning Earth into a nature preserve with minimum staff left to be caretakers and nurturers of the cradle of our birth, while the species explores the stars. Remember Zeus? Yeah. That. Without the powers. Just the sleeping with everyone. I'll at least be entertained. This is the one and only circumstance where you should join an MLM. Sure, the first 40 or 50 years will suck, but imagine when your downline stretches for millennia. Do everything I can do to avoid black holes until the inevitable happens. Oh, so it's just like life, but longer. Whatever, I guess. My plan is the same except without getting to die at the end. Disappear. Probably off-grid for at least a lifetime. Learn a lot of stuff. Travel to new places, creating new identities. Get hit by every public bus and sue the city. Stop paying for food and shit. Like I regrow my body immortal? If yes, just go rob shit. Duck it. See what happens when I got to Chernobyl. Sounds like me right now plus immortality. Honestly, I'm not that unhappy with life right now. I've got good friends and I managed to save a bit. I'm not sure I'd change a thing. Alright, do something in a state that has the death penalty. When I die, escape and the country thinks I'm dead. I am now a nomad. I will know what true freedom is in this country.